ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. My name is Pure Ben, and I'm here to bring you a first-time look at the early access version of Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks. So before we get started, you can probably see on the screen right now, Wazza, you've done it now. Your bro's account is linked. Now get crumping. And unfortunately, this is something that I'm pretty against, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of proprietary login systems. I don't really see the point of them. I understand them. I know that it's in the developer or publisher's best interest a lot of the time to encourage this sort of thing. I don't like it being used to gate content, but fine, we'll get past it. You get some cosmetics given to you as a result, and I suppose this is a free-to-play game. It's in early access at the moment, as you can see from here. Early access 1, Win64, client Steam, blah, 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 blah. Which is fine. That's okay. You know, that's all right. It may very well be a continuous free-to-play game, in which case, fine. I'm just very much against like having additional clients, but hey, that's okay. Let's take a look at the game itself. Now, one thing that you'll probably notice is that it doesn't seem to be playing too well, and the reason for that is purely my rig. My PC at the moment is bordering on obsolete at this point. I think it's actually surprisingly old. I've got my Windows task manager at the moment, so I've just got all my basic stuff just on here, and you can see it's maxing out my GPU. I'm running on a GTX 980, which is far below the minimum specs required. The fact that it's actually still working and I've got OBS open and I'm actually running everything is nothing short of miraculous from my point of view. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, it was a success. Go me, go my PC. She's a trooper. She's doing great. Let's just get this out of the way right now. We don't need it. What we do need to do is take a look at the game itself. So you got some nice kind of mouse over sound effects. Love that. That's really cool. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to start off, before we play the game, we're going to take the biscuit method and we're going to go and take a look at the settings. So you've got your settings, tutorials, Discord, feedback, support, pros, pros being the publisher. They are looking for feedback at the moment. If you click that, it'll give you an outside window, along with support, pros, the Discord, and tutorials. So tutorials on YouTube, Discord is Discord. The feedback is a web page, and I imagine that the support and pros are also going to be going to the same web page as that. You've got your credits, and then you've got your quick game. So let's take a look at the settings right now. This looks really good. This looks really promising. This is actually a first look as well, just to let you know. So everything is 100% a completely blind look at this. So you've got your full screen window, you've got your full screen. Let's go for full screen at the moment. Now we can include this. So my native resolution at the moment is 2160, 3840. So I've actually got two monitors at the moment, so we can stretch across two monitors if we really want to. Personally, for me, I do prefer to only have it on one screen, which is why it's 1080p. Resolution, scale, and methods. The other thing that I actually like about this, sorry, this is going to be a lot of a jump around kind of situation, but one thing that I really like is that it does actually give you these tooltips. Screen mode and screen resolution. Usually everyone knows what they are, but when you get to resolution, scaling methods, and you're just, you know, faced off with TAU or TSR or DLSS or something, not everybody is going to have that sort of knowledge base to be able to pull onto. To be fair, it's been a hot minute since I've really looked at this sort of thing, so a lot of it is kind of a little bit out of sorts for me as well, but I like this. Resolution scaling techniques are used for anti-aliasing and let you run the game at reduced internal resolutions. I'm hoping if I get to do more of these, especially if I go to older games that actually run maybe a little bit better on my aging rig at the moment, and I do a couple of retrospective reviews, I will get better at this as well. So I guess we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you can see right here, so you've got your native resolution without anti-aliasing. Ooh, one thing I do hope, I really do hope, that my audio mixer is actually including desktop as well. Alright, so looking at this is the fast upscaling method. I think the game has actually picked what would be better for me, which is fine. That's okay. So yeah, we'll go with the fast upscaling method. It doesn't need to be pretty. Quality of the presented output 100% being equal to the screen resolution. I can drop this as well. It'd probably be easier on my rig if I did. So let's just drop this to just 50%. I think would be fine. And I can see actually my GPU is dropping a little bit now. It's no longer maxing out, which is great. That's really cool. It's not going to look good, but that's all right. We're gonna have to drop everything down. Sharpening level, no impact on performance. That's fine. We don't need to touch that. Brightness, basically all of these are just your usual stuff really, but it's quite handy. Film grain as well. I like this. In theory, you're going to be driving far too quickly to really make use of anything like this. I don't really know why they'd add it, but I suppose if you want it to look extra cinematic, or if it's built to kind of allow, especially if you can do private games, it might be built to allow for machinima, which would be really cool, in which case a film grain would probably look quite nice. Alright, so then we have speed streak visibility, so that's just speed streaks when you're driving around at high speed. Pretty cool, why not? Let's add that. Motion blur amounts. A little bit of motion blur does usually help, and you know, it kind of looks nice, so why not? And then you got your speed blurs, you got your ambient occlusions as well, minor impacts too. I like this. I do like the fact that it does tell you exactly what it does to your rig. Very handy for me. If I wanted to decrease it, it probably would help a little bit. Screen sync also cool. Yeah. If we're getting that on, that caps the frame rate to monitor refresh rate. So this is 144 Hz at the moment, and a maximum FPS as well. If I limited it, and I think I will, if I'm going to just limit it to 60, then that will cap that at 60 as well, and that will probably make it, wow, okay, I've actually just noticed it's dropped all the way down from 100% to 55. This is already looking really good. It's going to look like crap, the actual game itself. That's nothing against the game, but that's going to look really good for my PC, which would be great. Okay, and then all this other stuff is epic. Like, this is crazy, the fact that it is actually to that level, but hey, this is a review and a first look at the game. It's not a first look at how my PC manages it. So we're going to keep this at epic. It may not look that great, so we're just going to dive into it and we're going to see what we can do. Audio. All right. So we've gone from graphics, we've got audio. I have noticed, as we've gone to graphics, as we've gone from graphics and we've gone through it all, one thing that I don't especially like is the lack of accessibility options. Color blindness is a thing. There's nothing that kind of covers those sorts of color blindness, you know. Audio, so you can mute all, you got your master volume levels. Sound effects, mute user interface, you can change your sound effects volume level as well. You can basically change everything. This is good, that's really nice. Inputs, so you got your controls there, and we can change it. So at the moment we are on PC, so we can change that. I imagine it probably does have something along the lines of controller support as well. You can remap as well, fully remappable, and you can reset them back to their defaults. Really like that, that's really good. Then we have inverting aims, vertical and horizontal. Again, yeah, that's nice. You can change your sensitivities too. Also very good. Currently these are off, which I think means that up is going to be up, down is going to be down, which is great. Aim smoothing, again, like, you know, that's cool. It might make it a little bit easier, especially when you're driving so quickly. You know, that'll be good. Analog dead zones, again, that's for a controller. We don't have a controller in at the moment, but if we do, then that will definitely come in handy. And then your zoomed aiming speed as well. So at the moment it's at 0%, but we can also increase that as well. So when we're zoomed, it'll probably traverse a little bit slower, and obviously we want to keep an eye on that. That'd be great. Vibration strengths, that's kind of cool. I like that. Analog steering speed, again, you know, just your usual keyboard steering speed, analog steering speed. It's all good. Let's move to the game. So you've got your player name tags as well. You can go both teams, my team, none. Yeah, cool. Got your network states, yeah, that's handy. Got your camera shake, you got your FOV scale as well, and how much it's going to exaggerate your camera's field of view while you're traveling fast. We're at 40% at the moment, which is like the default, but you can obviously change that too. I know some people do get motion sick when they're playing this sort of game, especially if they're speeding through. Sharface, my girlfriend, she really has an issue whenever we were playing Wipeout, Wipeout Omega, I want to say, on PlayStation 4. Honestly, if we were playing it on VR and it does have VR capabilities, I would genuinely think that she would throw open the helmet. So again, this is going to be really handy for people who maybe struggle with field of view, who do get motion sickness, and who do have some issues. And HUD opacity. So if you want your opacity to be a little bit transparent, say like 40% or something like that, that would also be quite handy. Cool, so we're going to back out of all this. I'm just going to keep it as default to have as pure a game start as possible. Okay, alright, so let's head back to back. Alright, so we've got your settings. We've done our settings, which means that we've satisfied our biscuit method. There's a couple of bits of information here as well that you can scroll through just with like A, D. So more for the speed bar, new patch, learn how to beat a boss, and need support, click here. Great. Got your stats. Again, not really that important at the moment because characteristically it would be 0. You got your mech shop. So this is where all the microtransactions are. Again, if it's the sort of thing that you like, fine. You know what? You can do that. That's cool. You can buy teeth, and you can get your skins. It looks like it's just cosmetic, and you know what? That's fine. I'm happy with it. Get your loot pass as well. There's 3 new items every Tuesday and Friday if you want to do that. Personally, I think cosmetics, they're a little bit icky for me personally. You got your scrap boost as well. So this gives you a 25% scrap boost towards player progression for 2 days. That I'm not too fond of. That definitely has an effect on the actual game itself, and it's not something that I can really, you know, get behind. If you want to get really quick and good at the game, fine. You do that. You do you, boo. That's okay. Just for me, yeah, that ain't it. Right, okay, let's go over to customize. So customize, we've got our Boom Dakka Snaz wagon just there. Yeah, pretty cool. And then we've got a custom booster blaster. We have our looted wagon, which is usually a looted Imperial tank, but it's been made dead killy in it with a big cannon. It's loaded with destructive Dakka and a deadly grot bomb. This long-range, heavily armored tank excels at blowing up enemies before they can get anywhere near. Yeah, great, love that. And then you got your rocket truck squig buggy. So this is your food wagon, pretty cool, but capable of launching volatile boom squigs. It's a support vehicle that can heal and buff allies and defend itself. Okay, alright, cool. So that sounds pretty good. So it looks to me like this is kind of based around a team battle game, which is pretty cool. And then you got your brawler, you got your booster blaster. That's your all-rounder right there. That's your support, and then that's your heavy weapon. And then what else do we have? So we've got the Mega Track Scrapjet. Speedy, accessible, traverse terrain, pack a punch. Your Shock Jump Dragster, extremely fast and powerful long-range weaponry, most effective at distance. So that'll give you the ability to really get somewhere wherever you want. You can get these locked vehicles unlocked by completing challenges. The challenges tab is found just here. Let's have a look at the other ones. Death Killer War Trike, very cool. And a Grot Mega Tank. So lots of Dakka and very survivable. Really cool. Okay, so let's take a look at these challenges then. So you got your daily challenges just here, and then you got your vehicle challenges. So for this as well, you get what, scrap. So you earn scrap by traveling 10 kilometers at 100 kilometers per hour or faster. You get 2,000 scrap. Great. Okay. Does it have anything to do with teeth? No. Interesting. You got your Death Killer War Trike, so you need to just kill 50 enemies within 50 meters. So that's it. So you have to play to the strengths of the vehicle that you're trying to unlock in order to get it, which is cool. That's fine. Shock Jump Dragster again with this one. Reach a speed of 200 kilometers. Very easy, I assume. You got your Grot Mega Tank, get hit by 1,000 bullets. That's it. So over time, you will unlock all of these. 500 kills or assists. That's really cool. Yeah, that's that really. And then I suppose if you unlock all of these at some point or another, you end up getting something for it, I assume. And then you got your Warpath as well. So what is your Warpath? So this is your kind of season pass, your loot pass, I assume. You purchase the loot pass and then you're on the Warpath. We're not going to do that here. But you know what? Every unlocking stuff, every level that you go up, you get a freebie. So you get your Blood Axe Camo 6. And then your Shack Gubbins, and then you end up, I don't know, getting your 25% scrap boost. So you do get your bonuses, but this is definitely a free-to-play game, and it's fine. That's okay. Let's try playing a game, and then we'll see how good. First of all, how good this plays on on my PC, and then we'll move up from there. So we're going to do a death race for the Deff Rally. Or we've got Kill Konvoy, which is two teams race their giant stompers down a hostile track, trying to bomb each other and destroy enemy vehicles. So you want to finish first. That's it. Let's try Deff Rally. Crump enemy players and race to the new capture point to score 30 points for your team. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to change our vehicle. We're going to get a Snaz wagon. It's a good all-rounder. We'll go for that. And then we'll see how good this plays. Alright, okay. So, what do we got here? So, right mouse button is chucking like a Molotov or something, and then your left one is just your shooter. We're getting some shots on, that's good. Alright, we got a kill. We're not playing especially well, but that's fine. But you know what? This is okay. We're playing alright at the moment. Alright, and I think we might have actually got another kill right there, which is pretty good. At the very least, we're doing alright, right? I think. I hope. Bloody hell. God, this is going all sorts of places. Alright, okay. So we're getting plenty of points. That's real good. We've already traveled 1 kilometer. We're already getting some achievements, which is great. Alright, okay. Thank you very much. Yes, so honestly, it doesn't feel that bad, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy with this. It's playing pretty well, which is great. And yeah, I feel as a free-to-play game, especially as a game that you could probably jump into and just see how you get on with it, honestly, not bad. Let's get another boost as well. So your boost is shift. Oh god, man, he's not friendly. So we're going to try and take that guy down. Alright, okay. So your petrol bombs, I'm definitely not built to fight against those sorts of enemies. We're definitely wanting to go for something a little bit softer, like this guy right here. He looks like he's in a dragster, so he's a lot faster than we are, but we're getting good damage on him, which is great. Okay, I got a good hit on him as well, so I think I actually got and I don't know whether or not we're actually just playing against bots or anything. Frankly, I'm not really all that bothered, to be completely honest with you, because we're doing alright at the moment. We've not died yet, which is fantastic. Excuse me. Alright, okay, let's kill some gits, eh? Alright, we might die now. No, we're not dying. That's cool. And yeah, we're getting lots of points, which is also really great. Fantastic. That's a 5 current frenzy we got right there. Very good. Okay, my traversal is not doing too great at the moment, but that's alright. Okay, right. We're definitely, with an aim like 420, that's definitely going to be a human player. So we're doing alright at the moment. Just need to take this guy out. But you know what? I'm actually having quite a lot of fun. I did have misgivings when I first came into it, looking at, you know, kind of the possibility of microtransactions. All right, okay, we got a good crump right there. Very nice. Okay, so what's F? So F looks like it's probably going to be a battering ram. So we definitely want to watch out for that. We've actually got regenerating health as well, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that to begin with. But let's see whether or not we can ram somebody. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Excuse me, mate. You're in my way. Nice. Take that, gun Jesus. That's right. Might is right. Yeah, okay. So we've survived a surprising amount, which means usually we're going to die very quickly. But hey, let's see what we can do, eh? This guy has teleported somewhere. There he is. So we're going to get that kill right off the bat. Right, this guy, Squig Eater, he looks like he's probably going to be a bit soft, which would be great for us. God, man, the arm on this guy is fucking huge. It's enormous. Alright, well, we got a damage assist. That's pretty good. Alright, okay. Okay. All right. We got another kill as well. I might be the best player ever. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Honestly, yeah, really good. Really, really good. Okay, so now that we've had a quick look at the principal kind of like back and forth of Deff Rally, we're going to be taking a look at Kill Konvoy. So Kill Konvoy is a game mode based around two teams trying to get your stomper across the finish line first. I have some in-progress stream footage here that you can see. Basically, what you need to do is you pick up a bomb, you take it to the enemy stomper and it blows up, and it essentially pauses the stomper or pushes them back slightly, so they are behind your color stomper. So as you can see from this footage at the moment, we're losing. It was an in-progress game that we joined into, but here I have the bomb, and I'm talking to Galmris and Darkstar, two of my teammates as well that I was playing with in a party, and we're kind of trying to figure out what it is that we need to do, and realistically, the only thing that you can do is you just need to take the bomb and you need to try and blast your way through the enemy in order to get it to the enemy stomper, which is something that I'm surprisingly being able to do here. This was absolutely exhilarating, really good fun. I detonate the bomb, I get a lot of points, and you can see there that it gives you like, I think plus 60 or plus 80 points, I can't exactly remember. Your survivability after this is probably going to be quite low. I'm actually a healer right now. I'm in the Rocket Truck Squig buggy. Definitely not the vehicle that I expected to get into. After this point, I had much more success playing as the shock jump dragster, which is definitely something that I can recommend. But honestly, any vehicle that is fast enough and any vehicle that you're driving while you're quick enough and kind of canny enough to be able to exploit a gap in the enemy defenses will really help you through. I think map knowledge is definitely something that works well for this game mode. Over time, I became quite familiar with the routes that the stompers will take. The stompers don't attack each other, but they will attack you, so you kind of have to approach in the blind spot. You can't attack from the back, you can't attack from the front, you definitely can't attack from the front, but you can manage to sneak through from the side, which is how I managed to get that first detonation. Altogether, this is a lot of fun, but it wasn't without its problems. So one thing that we did notice is you can basically camp the bomb. You can pick up the bomb and then you can just hang out by your stomper. If you're winning, that gives you a really good chance to run down the time and run down the distance that your stomper has to go and achieve, basically. It's not a lot of fun for the enemy team. We're on the back end of it, and yeah, it's something that I think I'd probably discuss with the developers. We discussed it after the fact and during the other games that we had as well. It's not a lot of fun, but it feels quite orky to add a time limit or a degrade mechanism to the bomb that you pick up. Let's say you have 2 minutes before it blows up or something like that. I think, well, maybe not 2 minutes, that might be a little bit too long, but I think that would definitely be a lot more characterful for the game, and I think that would definitely stop any instances of being able to camp the bomb. It was extremely difficult to get the bomb. Now, as you go further through the game, so at this point they're about halfway through, they're about like 650 meters, you get multiple bombs spawning in. So at the moment, this is just a one bomb kind of game, but you do eventually get 2 and then even 3, and that makes things a lot more dicey and it gives you a lot more opportunities to kind of rush the enemy. It's not perfect, obviously. If they have a very good defense, it still makes things quite difficult, and you know that does kind of impact your ability to be able to actually take the bomb down. Playing it as a party as well, and especially playing as a party with voiceover, does give you a lot of benefits. There is no voiceover mechanic in the game. There's a war chat, but that's it. So being able to coordinate with your teammates definitely gives you an edge over random players. Altogether, this is a fun game mode. It could be more fun, I think, but at the same time, you know, it's still in early access. Like I say, this is the moment that I think the developers really will benefit from being able to get feedback, like forcing the enemy to have to abide by like a degrade meter for the bomb because it's a bomb, right? You know, it makes sense that it would be on a timer or something like that, and then you can only get to the enemy stomper so quickly. But yeah, that's Kill Konvoy essentially. I hope that you've enjoyed this footage, and I think now is a good time to move on to conclusions. So conclusions, it's a very fun game. I really like Speed Freaks, and I really want to like it as well. I do get the impression that the game modes that they currently have may get a bit repetitive. I think additional maps would be good. I think new and interesting vehicle types could also be quite fun, quite interesting, and hopefully the developers and the publisher will be able to avoid any kind of monetized microtransaction based kind of premium version of vehicles. I think anything that approaches into microtransaction territory or monetization territory that has a direct impact on the game could spell disaster for the game itself, apart from a few very dedicated whales, essentially. So as long as they can avoid that, that would be really cool. Obviously, vehicles during development, they do take a lot of effort, building the wireframes and the character models and everything like that. So that is something that, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. At the moment, the game is free to play. It's in early access on Steam at the moment. I don't know if there are any plans to bring it to console. I don't think at this moment they do have any plans to bring it to console, which makes sense as it is on early access. It could very much be a storefront-based game, which would be fine. I think that would be good. And currently it runs very well, very smoothly optimized, actually, surprisingly. For my rig as well, my rig is very much out of date, as I've mentioned earlier in this video, and it ran surprisingly well. Everything was maxed out, but there was no real stuttering, there was no real performance issues that I could definitely see. So I'm very satisfied with it as it goes. It's a lot of fun, and I don't think there's really any drawback to giving it a try at the moment. Just remember that you do need to have a third-party account with pros on prismray.io. So if you don't want to do that, then this game is probably not going to be for you. If you don't mind so much getting an additional, another login, another third-party registration, then yeah, this would be fine, I think. So, altogether, I'm happy with it. This has been my review of Warhammer 40,000 Speed Freaks. My name is Pure Ben, and this is the start of a series that I like to, you know, I'm pushing towards the idea of calling it a series like What's Up With Game Title. So in this case, it would be my review of Speed Freaks. What's Up With Speed Freaks? My name has been Pure Ben. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed the footage. I hope that you've enjoyed my tones. This is my first early access kind of game review that I've done in so much time. And if you could give me some feedback, that would be very, very appreciated. The like button is over there. If you'd like to leave a like, that would be great. And the dislike button is there too, if you would like to leave a dislike. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.